All right, so we just launched Born Primitive Tactical. Some of you are tracking that. So we're trying to take our ability in apparel and outfit operators and and our brothers in military and in law enforcement as well. And for the ladies, we've heard you. We have the women's operational camis coming too. So those are gonna be really cool. So yeah, that just launched. It's been a huge success. We're getting into the government business with that, which is massive. I mean, I want to be outfitting guys, with a brand that actually supports what they do. And, you've heard me say this before, but a lot of the brands we were wearing in the military were by brands that didn't actually support the warfighter's effort, right? And like the politics of the company did not align. And I hated that, you know what I mean? So some of these companies were literally selling through like an intermediate so they could have like arm's distance length of like not selling to the SEAL teams, right? Like Patagonia was one of them. It's like, oh, really, Patagonia? You want to take the $50 million SOCOM contract, but that you don't want to be formally associated with the SEAL teams? Like, are you kidding me? Yeah. So part of this was like a personal, like, all right, we are gonna provide an alternative for the warfighter to wear, as well, of course, our brothers and sisters in law enforcement who are doing great work in our community. So that's a big one. Obviously, outdoor, is rolling too, for the kind of targeting that backcountry hunter. But any outdoor, I mean, trail, going on the trails, whatever, building that out. Savage One, of course, a massive initiative that we'll get into. I guess I'll close the question out with that. But then, kind of a cool development here in Virginia Beach. We are building like a 50,000 square foot facility right down the road from our office right now. Massive facility, be 35-foot ceilings, 2-story office. We're going to put kind of a corporate gym at the very back with cold tubs and saunas and a big photo studio for content. And I mean, it's going to be awesome. So that'll be kind of our 10-year crown jewel. That'll actually be, next May 25. So it's going to be a hot minute, but we're working through approvals right now. So for us as an organization, hopefully that's a proud moment. And it'll get our fulfillment team and our office team all under one roof. Right now, our fulfillment team is down the road. So we're kind of split, which sucks because we want that team unity. So that's huge, man. The city of Virginia Beach is working with us and on the roof of this thing. So we're right by the air base in Oceana. The roof is going to say "Worth Defending" with a giant American flag to the left of it, and the O will be the Born Primitive logo. So when those F-18 pilots take off, they're going to come right over our building, and I want them to see that. Like, no one else is going to see it, but I'm like, I told the architect, like, put that on there, and he was like, all right, you're nuts, but okay. And I was like, done. So, yeah, and the city loved it. I thought they were going to say, no, that's nuts, like, take it off. But they're like, yeah, we'll roll with that. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, let me pull up some of the Savage One colors real quick.
And I think it's worth noting there that just in the future that, of course, our bread and butter, the athletic apparel, remains kind of the main pillar, just in the sense of perfecting and continuing to increase kind of the quality of our bread and butter, the men's shorts and tops, along with the pants, and then women's leggings, sports bras, and booty shorts are still going to be the priority too.
Yes. Sorry, that's kind of implied. That's a good call out. I don't want the ladies to think we're kind of
shifting away.
Yeah, that will all leggings and sports bras. I think will always be our bread and butter, and then I think kind of a dark horse in this combo is the campfire collection
for sure.
The jeans, the flannels, like those. That's been wild. So we got a big campfire collection coming for October 24. So get pumped for that. All right, quick Savage One colorways. This isn't all of them. So if you're watching on Spotify or YouTube, of course, but Spotify, you can actually see the video here. So if you're hopefully not driving in your car, but so we have 2 new colorways. I think these are coming out in the spring. This is just like a red and white version. So hopefully here's the white version, black with white and then black with red. Pretty cool. We didn't want to do anything crazy flashy in the beginning. These look really cool. If you're watching, you can see that. And then backed by popular demand is not backed by popular demand, but a huge request was, hey, could you do a black gum with the American flag logo? So we did a vote on Instagram, most voted for the gum bottom versus the black. So that'll come out. And then here, I don't have a sample yet, but this is our D-Day shoe. So we're coming up on the 80th anniversary of D-Day. So I'll try to show it here. It's kind of hard. This is just the upper, like that. And then on the heel, one side will say 6/6/1944, and the other heel is going to say 06/30, which was the time they started the invasion. So 80th anniversary, we are linked up with Best Defense Foundation, which is a charity that takes World War II vets back to their battlefields, which is awesome. So this will be a shoe that benefits that organization. It'll say Operation Overlord on the back, which is the name of the operation, and it has kind of the Band of Brothers World War II colorway. There will be a limited edition version for this. So the idea is it's going to come in a giant ammo crate that has a limited edition challenge coin, and the government of France has actually given us permission to take sand back from Omaha Beach. So I'm going to go out to France, bring some sand back, and those limited edition ones will come with the coin, the ammo crate that it comes in, and that sand from Omaha Beach. So pretty badass. The goal here is to donate a ton of money to charity and do a really cool thing. And that organization literally, they're paying for these guys, thousands of dollars to go back to their battlefields. And, the 80th is coming up. So some of those guys have not been back since they're 18 years old. And you know what I mean? So they get closure. A lot of those guys had buddies that died. It's crazy, man, when you really think of it. And of course, we have that cemetery right there. A lot of those guys were literally buried right there at the cemetery, and no one ever came back to their, it's like, imagine that. So really cool thing. And then wouldn't be a Born Primitive shoe line if we didn't have the Gadsden Don't Tread on Me edition. This is still a prototype. I think we tweaked the yellow a little bit, so don't hold me to it. But it will have the Gadsden snake on the inner heel, and I think the other heel will have American flag on it. But that's been one of our number one selling shirts. For anyone that doesn't not know the origins of the Gadsden flag, it was flown in our first ever naval battle. So for any of these, depending on what news network you watch, anyone tries to tell you otherwise, this symbol is storied in naval tradition, and it is a symbol that we proudly wear on our Navy uniforms by over 300,000 sailors. So we're proud of that, and of course, our Navy ties as a company is part of that too. And then last one I think I'm most excited for, and this is actually a prototype as well. They did do the flag backwards, and the colorways are going to be slightly different, but I wanted to show it.
Is that it? Has that been edited since our last meet?
Yeah, we got two more.
That looks good.
It does look good. We got 2 more samples coming to kind of decide on the final color.
It's getting there.
But yeah, for that. It's pretty cool. So we're working the reds and the blues just to see.
Yeah, for the listeners that don't have video, this is a red it's the Betsy Ross one.
Yeah, it's a red, white, and blue shoe, and where this gets significant, and as you guys kind of tell, we're not really afraid to rock the boat much anymore. So I'll be honest. For me, this is in a way a deliberate FU to Nike. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. When they banned that Air Force One with the Betsy Ross flag on the grounds that the Betsy Ross flag, which is the flag of the American Revolution, is somehow racist, I cannot believe they got away with that. And for those that, we just did an episode on woke capitalism with Anson Frericks. I highly recommend you tune into that if you haven't already. It's fascinating. Had they tried to pull that shit right now, they would have gotten their asses. They did get some out, but for the most part, it didn't affect them at all.
Yeah.
But for one of the biggest apparel brand on the planet, an American founded brand, to say that the symbol of the birth of our republic is now somehow offensive or racist blows me the fuck away, man. And I don't know how as Americans we let that happen. So at the time when that happened a few years ago with Kaepernick and all the bullshit with the NFL, we didn't have a shoe, so there's no way I can make that. But as soon as I realized we had the capability to do the shoe, this is like, we have to do this. So I hope it resonates with people. I would hope to think that normal level-headed Americans wouldn't say the flag literally of our American Revolution is controversial. But hey, guys, that's the state of our society we're in. So if you want to embrace the cut against the grain of that thought that we're seeing that's infecting our society, then this will be a good shoe to you, and hopefully people see it at the gym and kind of give you that nod like, hell yeah, because they'll know what that's all about. So more to follow on this. We got to make some tweaks, but it will have that that 13-star flag proudly on the outer side, so everyone can see it, and obviously, of course, a very patriotic colorway. And hey, if this rocks the boat a little bit and pisses some people off, man, I got news for you. You're not a Born Primitive customer anyway, so that's fine, right? Let's make that damn clear right now. But what do you think about that, Tone?
Yeah, I knew the Gadsden and the Betsy Ross would get you going. So
yeah, I know. See, I shouldn't have drank coffee before this.
Yeah,
I'm trying to be nice.